So Candice, I just want to first start with saying thank you for allowing us to have this time together to just kind of share your personal experience of working with me on the Health Concierge. So I really just want to dive into kind of sharing, a bit more about your experience. So maybe we can start with, like, what was your specific situation and where were you at when you and I got started?
Okay, that's an excellent question.
Thank you.
So where we were, I was at a point, so it was about the month of September, I think September
Yes.
or October. And so I was hitting the last quarter of the year.
Mm,
And I was seeing that I wanted to start, like the new year, the next year on a different note, that I wanted to focus on my growing my business and financial goals. And we talked at that time about, well, I reached out to you saying, like, yeah, I think I'm going to probably like start working with you next year. And you're telling me, well, like it would be a good thing to start prepping that now so
yeah,
that next year you have, like you have prepared the soil to really grow whatever you want to grow.
yeah,
And so that's how it started. And
brilliant.
that was the goal.
So what would you say was the thing that led you to the decision in us starting to work together?
Well, what you mentioned actually was like, oh, okay, so that was one sentence that you mentioned. You said, well, why waiting? Like, it's like, what's the point in waiting? What are you going to be doing? Like, that's actually relevant. For
Yeah,
me, it was the financial investment that was keeping
yes,
me a little bit, like waiting. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to wait next year. It's going to be
yeah,
in the new budget and everything. It's like, actually, there is investing now might have, like returns earlier as
well,
well. So
yeah,
it's like, so it really made sense to start
yeah.
right away.
No, thank you for sharing that, because I think this is something that I come across so often. I put it almost like to having a cleaner and then cleaning the house before the cleaner comes. So many people, they look at their lives and they're like, actually, I want to optimize in this area, whether it be personally or professionally, but they almost feel like I need to do this first in order to optimize. And I just wish that they could see that by doing that, they actually prevent themselves from getting all of the support that they need to be able to do that thing better before they get started. And sometimes that's even money, because sometimes it's like, if you actually make that investment now rather than try and save up more money, you actually could bring in more money because you're in the right frame of mind to bring in the extra wealth that you can. So I love that you say that about kind of sometimes us feeling like we have to do something before we're really ready.
Mm-hmm.
So you know my 4 pillars, the energy reset recipe, which is kind of the roadmap to make sure that we're looking at all areas of our lives, personally and professionally, where we could be leaking energy. So if we look at nutrition, movement, purpose and relationships, and the mind and self-care, with you being an expert as well on the mind, it helps a lot. What would you say was the thing that was happening for you in those pillars that was kind of, I suppose, beneficial to the journey that you were on?
Oh, well, so for me, the nutrition part is like, okay, that was definitely the area that I didn't know much about and that
Yes.
I wanted to have your expertise into it. And so, movement, I do movement, mind work, if I am into this field. So these were, well, although we did, emotional and mind support, like as a therapist, I see the importance of, like constantly working on your mind and emotional health and stability, and like really like having an optimal
Yeah.
mindset to grow. So the nutrition and like my body health and mind health were really important, and that's where the support was there to get better clarity and energy in order to achieve the goals that I wanted to achieve. To have very clear goals that really like become sharp, and
Yeah.
then having that energy. And once you have a very strong focus as well, this is when like your energy is feeling better, and
Yeah.
that's work.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I remember for you also, I remember one session where we started to um, turn the page to going deeper. And I remember a big one for you was around purpose, and having clarity in there. Can you share more about what that journey was like for you? Because I think so many people get stuck in the whole diet and exercise, diet and exercise. If I do this, then
Oh,
everything's good. But sometimes we don't realize that our purpose is a huge part of optimizing our energy when we have clarity in that area. Can you share a bit about your experience there?
Sure. Yes. So purpose, that's something that was, like when I had like 5 years ago, I went through what I call the reverse process, redesigning myself, completely changed my life. Got scared of what didn't work and really being honest with myself and who I am, and really like grow my own personality and skills being myself. And so, it's like personal growth is always like it goes step by step, like the onion peeling, like letting go of what what doesn't serve you anymore, changing the way you work. So I had quite a deep sense of purpose that everything I was doing in life was in order to bring higher consciousness to people, and for them to be authentic and really bring their gifts into the world. And I see that this is what's going to help humankind, like our society in general. And so when we worked together, I had a very strong sense of that. But then I realized that my own personal journey, what I had experienced was also the source of my expertise, and that was my purpose and my journey to go through. And then this made me realize that it was time for me to help couples and people in their relationship, because of my own story, where I have redesigned my relationship that wasn't working as a romantic relationship with my partner that I had been with for 14 years. And so I went through divorce, and I really shifted this relationship that was toxic or preventing us for growing. I wouldn't say toxic exactly, but that was preventing him and I to grow into our authentic self, and we really go into this into our potential. And so we redesigned our lives, and I have children, and so we became co-parents and friends. And this is what really is my success story. This is like, so the relationship, my relationship with my ex-husband, who is now the co-parent, one of my best friends, is a success story to me, and it's not a failure. Like people would say. And so this is what I want to inspire people to know, that okay, a relationship can change, it will evolve and change, and what is the relationship that is ideal for you? And so that's what I have gained with you, this clarity of going towards this path. And it's something that is much needed, and it's part of my story. So I really embrace my own identity and my own story in order to inspire others to be able to look through their own path.
I love that, because I think it was so beautiful to watch you unravel these unique experiences of your life that you'd had, and to connect those to the unique gifts and expressions that you've been given in this life, and then use that wisdom, that knowledge, connect that and propel yourself forward to be able to help people at another level, because you have truly embodied those experiences into practices, tools, and resources that now, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is how I'm supposed to help others with it. So it's a beautiful process to watch all of that unraveling for you. So what would you say to someone that is considering working, maybe, working with me on the Health Concierge program, and maybe they don't think they have the time or the money to invest?
Okay, so what I will say, Elika, the first meeting we had together, so you mentioned that, it's our meetings are not going to be timed. It's not like a 1 hour meeting or 30 minutes or an hour and a half. It's whatever needs to happen, at that moment. And so we met, and I remember, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she is a sniper. I told you what I wanted to work on. It was like bang, 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 delivering all, these ideas. And it was like, for talking about energy, yes, I was like all pumped up, full of energy after the first meeting. So definitely save time, and if you see, it saves time, and also the investment of the money is like, okay, yes, this is going to create some returns that are instead of wandering in your own time, taking the time where you waste your time and energy and money, then it's like, okay, take the freeway, go on the highway. And that's how I felt.
Thank you. It's like we've got all of these little dots and we're trying so desperately to connect the dots when someone is just look at them and going, okay, here's the glue, let's piece them together. And you just like bypass, or as I would always say, you quantum leap this whole, I have to do this first before I get this, before I'm ready for this. But it's just like, I just love fast tracking the process. So, okay, well, that's really beautiful. And I think that's a great summary. And I think that gives us a lot of like vision for others that, you know, are on this path and also want to just quantum leap their life to having inner peace and harmony between their personal and their professional life. So I just want to thank you so much for just sharing that and allowing others to really, you know, hear your journey as well.
Yeah, I want to thank you, Elika, because really, and then I encourage others really to work with you. It's been a pleasure. It's a wonderful journey. It's been helpful on all fronts, and there is also the very human relationship as well. You know, I mean, the relationship,
Yeah.
but to be like having your support and your words and your, you know, like you've been uplifting at the times. You know, I had ups and downs as well with things going on in life. You know, we all experience these things and how to navigate all areas in life. It's been wonderful, and I want to thank you, Elika, so much
Thank
for
you. I love it because I also feel that my clients also become my closest friends and the relationships. And, you know, we've also got some exciting plans on the way. And I think that's because you know, I kind of almost think that sometimes the soul family are trying to find each other. And so sometimes we're doing this work and we're on the path together because we realize that, okay, we're aligned in what we need to be. So yeah, okay, well, I will say bye for now.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.